And welcome back to Crypto Hulk Weekend Edition. Oh man. Uh this will be a deep dive. I'm going to start off the the open show with a members only type program at about the 15, 18-minute mark, somewhere in there. I'll stop it, go strictly to members only. What I'm going to be showing you today is exactly how the banks are going to sell crypto. Now, there's a lot of different things that I need to explain. So this will take a while, but you're going to hear it on this channel, Crypto Hulk. I'll be showing you about the different groups of crypto, group one, group two, how they back crypto, and all these things. Today's program will not be just, oh, I'm reporting this or I'm reporting it. No, this will be a deep dive. So if you want to know exactly what's going to happen, how the banks will be selling crypto, they will, how they manage their risk and these kinds of things. It's not a matter of if it will happen, it's when. I strongly believe at some point next year, um, the all these banks globally have to kind of do the same thing. They're all going to follow a Basel agreement and or like a framework. And from there, the banks will assess each bank's risk. And I'm going to show you about that today. My name is Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, damn it. I'm not a crypto advisor. I'm not anything, actually. I know nothing about what I'm saying. I'm not going to be teaching you from a 39-page report. That's not going to happen. I don't even know anything. I'm just talking out of my arse. Yes, today's show is reality. Um, if you're in good crypto, like the ones we discuss on this program, you will be a-okay in the future and very, very rich. Let's see. Also, if I tell you to do something and invest in something, don't do it. How about this? Everything on the show is a lie. Don't listen to a word I say. There's your legal disclaimer. So go fuck yourself. Uh, let's see here. Who do we got? Oh my God, we got 10 people. Whew. No, we got 900 in the show. We big numbers, balling, rolling like a big shot. Absolutely. This show is made early, so was it 11? Probably 6 or 7 hours earlier than normal. So maybe some people in Europe can catch this show before it's too late. And let's see, you the man. So we've got some work we've got to do. This is a study show. Yes, sirree. I've got some notes here. What we got going is we're just getting into the show, meat and potatoes time. And I'm getting sick again. I don't know what the hell. Something's going around. I was going to go visit some family members, but they're sick. So I'm like, well, I was getting better, and now I'm sick again. I don't know, but it's going around a lot in the world, whatever it is. Merry Christmas. What we're going over is Basel. Bizzle. The Basel Committee. Basel sets banking standards for the world. It's under the Bank of International Settlements. What we're going to be discussing here is a deep dive, something you won't hear on other channels, because a deep dive means everyone's like, no, I've got to think. So they run. But if you're one of the few that can actually handle it, I'm going to be breaking down to you exactly how banks are going to be selling crypto. Your banks aren't telling you. I am. If you watch the news, they're not telling you. They're not explaining to you. All they're saying is, oh, crypto's bad. See, what they're doing, I'm telling you right now, they're having you look this way at all the Sam Bankman-Fried dumb shit and all the chaos or whatever that's happening with dumb shit crypto. And then over here on the other side, that's where we are on the Crypto Hulk side. You watch this channel, I inform you of what's going on. If you're in good, solid principles based crypto, ones that have development teams, not like Bitcoin where nobody knows who made it. Like, seriously, do you think for one fucking minute that anybody with half a brain in their head would invest in Bitcoin? You're high, okay? I don't care what funds right now have this Bitcoin ETF and all. Dude, I'm going to show you in this report. This report is for the adults, okay? Now, the children are going to be buying all the Bitcoin. I don't care what big investment groups right now have the exposure in Bitcoin. It's sad. People, corporations will get destroyed because they don't know the information I'm about to unleash. Here we go. So, if you want to know, by Jove, let me find. I'm going to give you the report. Copy. By Jove, I just sent you the 39-page report, eh? It's a whopper of a report. The biggest you can ever see. Let me know when you guys get the report. Then we can go page by page. You have a couple options. You can watch this show if for the open show, and then when I end it, at least you can follow along per the pages. When I start the members only show, we'll continue along. You have options, of course. You could always watch the show again or later on, where you can follow along in the report, or you could just watch the show. But this is very substantial. Let's start right here. It's called Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. This is a consultative document. It was originally done in June of this year. They redid it in September. Okay. What this is, it's a 39-page report on the future of banking and how the banks are going to start selling this crypto stuff. You don't hear this on the news. So they're not talking about this part. All the news is doing is scaring everybody. Oh, I'm going to stay away from crypto. Oh. And while you're afraid, the banks right now are getting ready to sell it. And you have no idea unless you watch the show and you're a member. So we're going to go scroll down to page 6. So there's a couple different pages. All right. You have the actual pages on the document itself. And then you have, like, up above at the top of your screen there in the middle, you'll see the format, the PDF page. So I'll be referring to the PDF pages, not the actual pages on the document. If I refer to the actual page on the document, I'll say page on the document, page whatever. So right now I'm on page 6. We're talking about Group 2 exposure limits. Let me see exactly where. Okay, I'm on page 6 of the PDF document out of 39. And there's a highlighted section or bold-faced section called Group 2 exposure limit. Introduction of an exposure limit, which will initially limit. So in the beginning, the banks can only have, okay, there's Group 1 crypto, which is safe. Group 1 crypto is backed, okay? They're going to be breaking this down. There's Group 1 and Group 2. Let's start back on page 5. I'm sorry. We're going to go to page 5 out of 39. And you'll see in dark, bold, it says Group 1 crypto assets. What are Group 1 crypto assets? Those that meet in full a set of classifications Group one crypto assets include tokenized traditional assets. Think of a traditional asset: a home, uh, a car, a bond, like anything, property, gold, anything that right now is considered an asset. In the future, they're going to have what's called Group One crypto assets. I'm telling you what, everything on the damn planet is going to be tokenized. We've already discussed this for, I don't know, at least a year or two on this channel. Okay. Everything on the planet, like $5 quadrillion worth of value on the planet, will be tokenized. And I'm going to say 85% of it on the XRP ledger. Okay. That's going to bring the value of XRP anywhere from 30 to 50 to $100,000. I say more. I think we were running some numbers the other day. Somebody had a calculator. We got 5 quadrillion, divided it by 100 million. We came out with like either 30 or $50,000 XRP, whatever it is. It's not going to be 38 cents. Okay. So the adults know, because we're reading right here, Crypto One, or Group One crypto assets are tokenized traditional assets. They're safe, okay? And they're going to be backed. We'll get into that later. They'll be backed with like gold. And no, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Chainlink, Sushi Swap, and all the ABC dumb shit crypto, that shit won't be backed. Bitcoin and these other loser cryptos, they'll be in the what's called Group Two crypto assets. Those are the risky ones because they fail to meet any of the classification conditions. So what sets Group One crypto assets apart is that they are tokenized assets that have a real value, and the minute you want to sell them, you can get there's no way you can lose. It's Group One crypto assets, from what I've studied in this 39-page document. It's not like, let's say, the bank has to go, okay, let's say if a particular something crashes and the bank has to try to get the money. No, Group One crypto assets will be the bank has instant access to that and can sell off at any second and get paid. It doesn't have to go through court and try to fight to get the money back. No, it's Group One crypto assets, which are going to be the most desirable. It's like, imagine a dollar bill if it's backed with real gold, right? See, right now, we have a dollar that's just paper. It means nothing, okay? In 1970 and all the way back to like 1933, the paper dollar was on a gold standard. That means the gold was backing the money. You could literally walk into a bank, give them the dollar, and they would hand you gold. Okay, just like that. It wouldn't be like you'd have to go order it and wait 3-4 days. No, it was immediate. I'd go right to the bank, and the banks would have all the gold. Nowadays, they have what's called fractionalized lending, meaning the bank might have a dollar in the vault, but it loans out $1 million. It's illegal. It's a Ponzi scheme, but we call it the Federal Reserve. All right. Group One crypto assets is that gold-backed crypto, that property-backed, asset-backed crypto stuff that the banks could sell immediately at any time, 24/7, not just during business hours, and the bank would be 100% guaranteed to have that value. Group Two are going to, like I said, like I've only been saying, like, I don't know, 3 years now, okay? You're going to have 100 exchanges. Eventually, the banks are going to kick everybody out, and you'll have 10 exchanges. Those exchanges, who's going to own those 10 exchanges, Crypto Hulk? Well, let's see. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Household Savings Bank, JP Morgan, need I go on? Okay? Not only that, you're not going to be buying and selling good cryptos. You know all those courses you got and all the chart analysis, dumb shit people out there peddling their stupid programs and stuff, and all the YouTubers that mention the chart analysis people, those fucking dumbasses. Okay, you're going to be able to get Group Two crypto assets, which are really not the ones you want. You'll get crypto, And all that money and all that time you spent with chart analysis, you realize, oh shit, this shit doesn't even fucking mean anything. Yeah, because you're gonna get the dumb shit cryptos, and we've got the crypto one assets. That's what we're gonna have. Everybody else is gonna have crypto two. Okay. That's what pages 5 and 6 and that kind of stuff talk about. Now, let me check my screen here real quick. And Fee, welcome to the video live stream. What is that? PHEE. Welcome to the channel. You're seeing the future of banking unfold right here. We're going on to page 7 on the report. I've explained groups 1 and 2 pretty much. I gave you this 39-page report. Some of you really want to deep diver into that more. That's your choice. I have a show I'm trying to run, and I can't. I mean, I could go over every single word in this document. It would probably take me 5 or 6 hours. That's not going to happen. I'm trying to give you like the short version. Page 7. This is how banks will sell crypto before they buy and sell them. Let me look at this here. Group 1 are backed. Let me see. I have notes on this. Redemption. So they have risk tests, and what the banks will do, this is still on page 7 of 39. They talk about the differences can't be 10 basis points more than 3 times over. I'm not getting into a lot of this stuff. What it is there's risk assessment with cryptos, and the cryptos that we've talked about, the ISO 20022 compliant cryptos, those will be like the good ones, like the group 1 type deals. I think more so just the X's will be like the group 1s. I think everything else, now there's group 1, and I think there's like A and B in that group as well. Then there's group 2, A and B. I don't know exactly how all this unfolds, but just if you have the good X cryptos, you know that's going to be in group 1. Okay. They're talking about a lot of this group 2 stuff and the risks and how they assign risk. It's a little more, they talk about basis risk test. Assets will fluctuate only 10 basis points. That's all. Not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin can fluctuate from in a year 80,000 down to $60,000. See, the banks can't deal with it. That's not going to work. Okay, so you can yell and scream all you want and all that stuff, but and it doesn't matter how much you scream or burn a $1 bill or $100 bill on TV. The banks aren't going to use that shit. All right, so the adults know this. Page 8 starts talking about DLT. Let me see. I'm on page 8 right now. Let's see. Yeah, down here under infrastructure, it's written in red. Infrastructure risk add-on. Starts talking about digital ledger technology. That's what XRP Ledger is. They talk about group 1A and group 1B. So in my opinion, I'm just guessing, the gold backed, silver backed, and etc., property backed, more so and more liquid stuff. So the gold stuff, that's going to be like the X's. And then you're going to have like your quant and these sort of things. They might be tokenized land derivatives, tokenized securities, something to that effect. All the good stuff will be in group 1, whether it's A or B. And then they mention specifically here distributed ledger technology. They're not mentioning Hashcraft or anything like that. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying they're not talking about it at all. Okay. So you can figure out what that means for yourself. But it's definitely digital ledger technology like XRP. Page 9. So now we're about 10% through this article. No, more like 20% or so. Let me see. On page 9, they discuss banks could buy could buy group 2 crypto, but would have to have enough hedge to protect themselves. So on page 9, let me see here. They start talking about risk weight, group 2 crypto assets, but argue that applying the 1,250% risk weight to the maximum, they're talking about long and short. Before these banks get group 2 crypto, that's like the risky shit, like Bitcoin and everything else, they've got to have a certain amount of collateral put away. So you may want to buy a certain amount of risky crypto, and the banks will sell it to you. But to remain in international kind of like framework guidance, the banks have to have a certain amount of good, solid assets before they can sell you shit crypto. I'm just kind of summarizing what they're allowed to do, okay? Because if everybody wanted, if there was some kind of a problem or something that occurred and the government said, hey, a lot of times the government has to insure this stuff. So banks have to consider the risks and have enough in collateral put away. Still on page 9, they have to have what they call common equity tier 1, like intangible assets. So they're worrying about risk. There's a lot of stuff about risk here. Still on page 9, you see in red where it says operational risk classifications. So this is a big deal. All right, all these crypto exchanges that have gone bankrupt and all this stuff. The reason why is they're not following Basel framework. They're not following bank framework. They're a scam. We don't have a crypto market like Jim Cramer, that dumb shit on CNBC with the Mad Money and Squawk Box. Okay, that dumbass says, oh, the crypto market. There's no crypto market, Jimmy boy. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't know how you got the job on TV. Probably from sucking wieners. Oscar Mayer, I mean. Okay, the adults know that all the banks in the world, to be successful, should be following Basel framework. That's what we're discussing now, okay? Bank of America follows Basel framework. All the banks that are successful follow Basel framework. Okay, these are tried and trusted methods on banking, investing, and lending, and all these kinds of things. The crypto exchanges are fake. The news that the crypto exchanges provide are fake. People that read off crypto prices every day on this show are fake. Okay. Chainalysis has proven that half the information on exchanges are wrong. Okay, we know this. Our government in the United States, uses Chainalysis as a forensic crypto service. Okay, so that leads for the credibility of Chainalysis. So when I say people that read off crypto prices every day are fucking stupid, they don't know reality. Okay, and it's sad. And then they mislead people. People watch their show while they're lying to those people, okay? Because they're giving out false information every day to people. Not on my channel. I use facts, just like we're doing now. I'm going over a 39-page report. You're seeing each page I go over, and you could read each page and say, yep, looks like what Crypto Hulk's saying. Now, I'm summarizing the pages. Sometimes I'll read the exact words on it, but I'm just doing this to save time. Where are we at as far as time? 23 minutes. Oh, good heaven. I'll get a little more on this because I've got a lot to go. I just checked the page real quick. Crypto Griff. Hey, Crypto Hulk, you're on early. I get to watch you keep on telling me some lies. Absolutely. This is a study show today. This is a working channel. Page 10. Let's go down to page 10 out of 39. No large exposure to Bitcoin because it has no counterparty. It's a ghost. Okay. Tokenized claims. So they're starting to talk here on page 10. Tokenized claims on a bank. This is where, at the very top of the page, it shows tokenized claims. You're going to have these different banks having their own crypto. We already know one that does. It's called JP Morgan, okay? JP Morgan has made their crypto called Quorum. To my knowledge, that's the only bank that has a tokenized claim on the bank. All right. We know we have stable coins already, but stable coins in the future. See, my show shows you the future. I don't just report on what's the most popular news. My channel, I teach you what to expect in the future. Okay. That's why my show's different than the others. In the future, stable coins again will be like group one A or B, and then there'll be like group 2 AB stable coins as well. That's what you can expect for the future. The group 1, of course, are going to be the super safe backed everything. Okay. Now back to page 10 again, where they talk about exposure. In red, it's written group 2 exposure limit. It talks about Basel framework are not designed to capture large exposures to an asset type. This would imply, for example, no large exposure limits on a crypto like Bitcoin, let's say, where there is no counterparty. It says such as Bitcoin. So, yeah, here's where the adults finally see it, okay? They specifically mentioned Bitcoin. See, if you don't know who made it, if there's no phone you can call, is it starting to make sense now? Because the news media doesn't discuss this. Other channels are not discussing this. You're only hearing on my channel, okay? I've been saying for 3 years. Nobody else has. Like back when Bitcoin was at 80,000, I'm calling it horse shit. No one else is, just me, and that's fine. Because I see the future and other channels tell you dumb shit, okay? So here, everything I've been saying for 3 years starting to come true, all of it. No other channel. So here they're talking about there's going to be no large exposure limits on Bitcoin. It's right here, page 10 on the bis.org link that I sent you. Crypto Hulk's right, like always. No large exposure limits on a crypto asset where there's no counterparty. Yeah, you can't pick up the phone and call Bitcoin, can you? There's no CEO to discuss. Not going to happen for Bitcoin. I just thought I'd let you know that in the future. If you're in it, you better get out of it, okay? And you don't have to. If you want to live on the wild side, get wrecked, that's your choice. If you want to be smart and listen to Crypto Hulk, that's probably a better choice. Okay, let's go on to page 11. Bitcoin just got slayed. Page 11. Crypto assets are a digital representation of value, not a security. Okay, let's go over this here. It says here, now Basel has a framework and it should be applied to banks' exposure to crypto. All the banks in the world, that's why I'm going over Basel, because I'm showing you what the future will be. This is it right here. There's no alternative future. This is it, okay? So on my show, you're going to see what the future holds. Basel is a framework for banks and everything that they do, okay? Crypto assets are defined as private digital assets that depend on cryptography and distributed ledger. Oh, there we go again. XRP, XLM, XDC. Digital assets. See, this is the definition. So I've been saying, only for 3 years now, we have nothing in the United States Code defining, like, what are the definitions of crypto? We don't have them. That's why the Justice Department can't arrest you for stealing somebody's crypto, because crypto does not exist. The IRS cannot tax you on crypto because definitions do not exist. The IRS brings guidance on existing law. Well, since we don't have any existing law, they can't technically tax you. If they do, it's a violation of your civil rights under color of authority. That means people working for the government, while they're doing their job, are violating your civil rights by trying to tax you on shit that doesn't exist. Okay? Very simple. But you won't hear that on other channels, nor on the news media or anybody. Okay? It's pretty fucking sad. I got to be the only one to be talking about this. Here's the definitions you're going to hear. Digital assets are a digital representation of value. That will be what Congress in the United States, I'm telling you the future. So in the future, Congress will design definitions for crypto, and digital assets will be called a digital representation of value. Okay. And they can be used for payment or investment purposes, or to access a good or a service. So you got three use cases for crypto. One, it's a digital representative of value. So if you own a home or whatever, you could have an NFT that would be considered a digital asset. And that digital asset would be a digital representation of value. Then you can have crypto that are used for payments or investment. And then you can have crypto that's good for a service or something. So a plumber sells a crypto, and you buy that crypto, and then now you can then redeem that for service from the plumber. Okay. So that's the definitions in the future that you'll see. Page 11, 60.2. Okay, this one's important. Dematerialized securities. That is securities that have been moved from the physical to the electronic world that are issued through digital ledger technology. So what's going to happen in the future, you're going to have securities, crypto securities, okay? So McDonald's stock, you're going to have a tokenized McDonald's stock, all right? Now, this is different. You will not see, Gary Gensler is a dumb shit. What you're going to have, I'm telling you shit that Gary knows what's going to happen. Gary's a liar. So in the future, you're going to have what's called, I'm telling you the future right now, you're going to have dematerialized securities. That means crypto securities, all right? And they will be like you own a portion of a company, or you have a contract with a company. Cryptos right now that you buy and sell with, that's not a security, Gary, you fucking moron. Okay, there's a difference. In the future, you'll have McDonald's crypto, but it's stock. It's stock. It's a security in McDonald's. You will not use that to go buy a fucking car. Okay, we nobody does that. Cryptos that are securities, they'll be called dematerialized securities, and they'll run on DLT like XRP, XLM, and XDC. Okay. It says here on page 11, 60.2, they'll be referred to as tokenized traditional assets. Then you'll have something called dematerialized securities. Two different things, okay? So that's what we'll see. We'll go to page 12 next. All right, page 12, 60.6, section 1, A and B. Okay. Crypto asset exposures are talked about here. Group 1, crypto assets are those crypto assets that meet the classifications. Group 1, tokenized traditional assets. And then in B, 1 and then B, A and B, crypto assets with effective stabilization mechanisms. So in order in the future for something to be a group 1 crypto, it's going to be backed. Okay, it talks about stabilization mechanisms. You know why it doesn't say just only gold backed? Because different cryptos will be backed by different things. All right, some cryptos are backed by stocks. Some cryptos will be backed with bonds. Some cryptos will be derivatives. Some cryptos will be backed by land. Some by gold. Some cryptos with money. Okay, so those and all of those can be cashed out in a split second, 24/7. Those are the group 1 cryptos that you want. The group 2s are going to be your risky stuff, okay? Cryptos that are risky. It says here, they fail to meet classification conditions. You can kind of hedge with them, but they're not the best, okay? 60.6. We'll move on from there. We're on page 12 currently. Page 13, we'll go next to page 13. 13, section B, commodities. Now we're going to talk about commodities real briefly. It says here at the top of the page, commodities. The crypto asset must confer the same level of legal rights as traditional account-based records of ownership. So we are just discussed, you're going to have dematerialized securities. That's another name for a crypto security. And then we're going to have what's called crypto commodities. Okay. We all kind of knew the SEC is going to handle the securities that are tokenized, and it's not XRP. That's a fucking joke. All right. Gary knows it damn well what all the shit is. Look, securities that are cryptos are going to be the same securities we've got now. They're just going to be put in electronic form. So Gary will run those. Commodities will be commodities, the same as we got now. What's the difference? They'll be tokenized in electronic form. But that's it. It's not complicated. Then you got payment cryptos, remember? So if you want to use cryptos for payments or for investment or for goods or services, those will be like cryptos, all right? But they're not commodities or securities. They're different. This makes all the framework. Right now we're looking at the framework, and I'm showing you how all this stuff will be classified. 60.10, 1 and 2. Crypto assets. Okay, in certain jurisdictions, bank issued tokenized payment assets. That means like JP Morgan coin, okay, that are backed by the general assets of the bank and not by a pool of reserve assets may be referred to as stablecoins, okay? So if you have a stablecoin and it's not directly backed with gold, you're using like bank assets to back it, that'll be a stable coin. All right. They may be included. I'm reading under footnotes on page 13. So, in certain jurisdictions, bank issued tokenized payment, JP Morgan coin, or assets that are backed by the general assets of the bank and not by a pool of reserve assets may be referred to as a stable coin. So that's what a stable coin will be in the future. It won't be now if it has gold directly backing stable coin, then it won't be called a stable coin, it'll be called something else. Okay. Let me move on. Page 13. Letter C. 60.10, 1 and 2. Crypto assets do not meet the condition if first they need to be redeemed or converted into traditional assets before they receive the same legal rights as direct ownership. What they're trying to explain here is that the more conversion you have to go through, like if I buy a crypto of some sort and it's got to convert several different things before I get it, then that's going to probably be a group 2. Not as desirable because it's harder to get my money back. It might not be as reliable. So, for instance, JP Morgan comes out with a coin and they base the value of that on the bank's investments on what they got. That's not the same as B of A having a shit ton of gold sitting in a vault and backing their money. That's different. That'll be a group 1 crypto, stable coin, let's call it, right? It won't be, I don't know the exact terms they're going to use, but you can have a stable coin made by B of A that's backed with their assets, but not directly with just like gold. Okay, that's the difference. So that's what I'm kind of trying to explain. 60.11. Okay, now we're getting into the gold. And a lot of people believe that's where the X cryptos will get their value primarily. So this is the biggie. Crypto assets that have a stabilization mechanism will only meet classification condition 1. So that means like the top cryptos if they satisfy all of the requirements. So we're thinking of a crypto and we want to make it a group 1A. Okay, because remember, you got group 1, A and B, group 2, A and B. Group 2s are not really the ones you want. I'm not saying that they're bad, but they're not the top ones like group 1. So 60.11, subsection 1. The crypto asset is designed to be redeemable, like the gold, like the dollar bill used to be redeemable. Take it in to get gold, right? Okay. In the future, you should be able to take your crypto in and get gold. The crypto asset, if it's group 1, is designed to be redeemable. Your crypto will be redeemable. It's designed to be redeemable for a predefined amount of a reference asset. So they're talking about a reference asset. One of those could be gold. Like I said, in the future, now I'm guessing, all right, but I know that I'm right. In the future, you're going to have different kinds of crypto that are level 1, okay? And they will have what's called a reference asset backing them, okay? It gives the example 1 ounce of gold or cash equal, all right? The value of the reference asset, so let's say if XRP was pegged with gold, it would be what's called designed to be redeemable for money or gold or whatever it's backed by, okay? So if the XRP is backed with money, like if one XRP is actually worth $1,000, you could actually take that XRP to the bank and get $1,000. Whatever that crypto is backed by, that's what it's redeemable for. Okay. Um, the stabilization mechanism. Let me just check my notes here real quick. I'm not going to go over the rest on page 13. But what they're showing is the banks have to verify that whatever's backing the crypto is actually backing it. The banks have to have instant access to that crypto's backing to be in group 1. So it's not like they have to call Tether and say, hey, yeah, we want to sell some tethers. Can you give us the $1 million we're going to cash in? No, the bank should be able to instantly, within 2 seconds, bam, get all their money. That's going to be a group 1 crypto asset in the future. If there's any kind of a risk, then it goes into group 2. And what we got now with all these crypto exchanges, it's just garbage. There's no regulation. There's no nothing. They say they got this. They're not following Basel. This program today is strictly Basel. I'm going to end the open show right now. We're at 43 minutes. Whew, Lordy, it's a lot of work doing these. Miru 2004, thanks for your donation to the channel. Your lives are getting better by the day. Thank you. Absolutely. What we got going on is I'm going to go over a little bit more in the members only program. I don't know how much of this Basel I've got. Like I'm on page 14. Now the other pages go a lot quicker. The bulk of this is pages 1 through 18, 19, and then from page 19 to 40, it went by pretty quick. My notes are actually pretty light, but that's what we do today. I wanted to just have a straight up deep dive show where you can actually see how the banks are going to be selling these cryptos. how they're going to back them, the different groupings, group one, group two, and these sorts of things. Talk specifically, Bitcoin not going to be there, just let you know, and that kind of thing. I'm going to end this transmission here. I'm going to start on the members only show. Have a great Saturday wherever you're at, and I'll see you in my next program.